A while ago, I put a request out to Vtubers on Bluesky to let me try and find the perfect playbook in Monster of the Week for them. Now, while the real answer for nearly all of them was monstrous, that's kinda boring, so we tried to find other fits for as many of them as we could. This was streamed live on Twitch over at my channel, OmeraVT. This was a lot of fun, so if you join me, you'll probably get to see me do it again. So first off, this is Goopie VT. Goopie is a slime girl. Her concept is that she more or less ate a casino, and now she runs the place. So she's got the kind of like casino showroom girl outfit, right? That's kind of her vibe, that's her theme. But all I could really think of for her was someone like Lorne from the later seasons of Angel. So, you know, he's like this green dude, kind of a short guy, ran a bar for a while that was a safe haven for monsters, like it was magically protected to prevent monsters from fighting each other while in the bar. And so that's what I was thinking of while I was thinking of Goopie and her casino, right? Her motivation to hunt other monsters might just be, I need to defend my casino, right? That's my territory. But Lorne has some abilities that I don't think are a good fit, but there is a playbook that kind of fits Lorne's whole vibe. I don't know if you remember, Lorne had a special ability in Angel. If he heard you sing, he could see your future, and the Spooktacular has a move that's also on those lines. So the Spooktacular has like, you have the show. And I feel like, you know, being a little bit into showmanship is a thing that would make sense for someone who runs a casino, right? So you spend a long time with a traveling show and get an ability based on its style. I don't think that we are specifically a traveling show. So your options are an infernal power, a big bad operated the show for evil purposes, magic and illusions, you can cast confounding spells, making money, you've got a lot of practice bamboozling folks. Okay, that's fitting for a casino. Let's see, when you mess with someone, roll plus charm. On a 10 plus, they don't know what's going on, overlook something of your choice. You know, again, casino. I feel like that's fitting. So you get 2 spooktacular moves. This is what Lorne does. You can make a magical deal to fulfill a desire for someone else. The price is that they have to reveal to you a secret. The world then arranges itself to fulfill their desire, fitting the scale of the secret. I don't know that it fits Goopie, but it's not a mandatory move, so we don't have to take it. Put on a show. You can entertain people so they feel joy and forget their troubles. Say what you do and roll plus charm if it's pure performance, or plus weird if you add a pinch of magic. On a 10 plus, the audience is transported and happy. That's kind of streaming, right? Goopie's a streamer, so we'll give her that one. Easy going. You have a gift of being friendly and easy to chat to. When you try to make a good impression on someone you just met, roll plus charm. On a 10 plus, they treat you as a trustworthy and friendly acquaintance. On a 7-9, they open up more than usual, but still regard you as a stranger. Or on a 6 or less, they think you're playing them. That might, again, be a good one for a streamer. You know, it's kind of our job to be easygoing and easy to chat with, right? I think I'm gonna go with easygoing. Put on a show and easygoing. Goopie is into that showmanship, being a streamer and a casino runner, you know, all that. You get 1 camp tool, 1 vehicle, 1 mystical item, and all of the paraphernalia. Oh, these are weapons, I get it. What do I think Goopie would most appreciate? Probably the baseball bat, right? Everyone wants a good baseball bat. Although she is a retro gamer, she might appreciate the crowbar. I don't know if she likes Half-Life. I should ask her. You can have 1 vehicle. Motorcycle. They gotta have motorcycles just, you know, on the showroom floor in this place, right? Everyone wants to think they can win it. Mystical item, pick 1. Ghost shades, sunglasses that can see into the spirit world. Really big plush dog. Somehow this came to life. It's kind of like a regular dog. Returning 100. Spend this $100 bill and it will come back in a day or so. Oh, that's useful. The Scamulet. Heats up whenever someone's running a scam on you. Or Wizard Tents. Warning crappy on the outside, big and luxurious on the inside. I feel like it's gotta be either the Scamulet or the returning $100 bill. Returning $100 bill? Okay. Yeah, that's real power. That is a really powerful one. Just it somehow finds its way back to you no matter what. Now we choose a look. Human, slightly inhuman. Well, let's see. Do we think that this counts as slightly inhuman? More like slightly human. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just gonna say Slime Girl. Friendly face, guarded face, observant face, open face, weathered face, young face. I think she looks pretty friendly. And then do we have fancy clothes, old clothes, stage costume? It's a stage costume. And then our ratings. So we get 1 of these. I kind of want to go with this set here. Charm +2, cool -1, sharp +1, tough 0, and weird +1. So maybe not good under pressure. Maybe not super useful in a fight, but charming, and capable of doing some strange things. So, the alternate weird moves are empath, illuminated, no limits, past lives, sensitive, telekinesis, trust gut, or weird science. Or use magic, if you're just like the regular old monster of the week before this expansion came out. Empath, when you open up your brain to a person who is right in front of you. That might be fitting. We're making a character who's good at reading people, right? Like, that's the whole, we're leaning fully into the whole, casino manager thing. I feel like being able to read someone who's right in front of you, empath. So, Goopie VT, the Spooktacular. So, who's next on my list? This is DinoNuggetsLover. She explained that she's an alien dinosaur. She comes from an alien dinosaur race that was wiped out by a meteor. She was the only one who survived, so she guesses that makes her the strongest of her kind. She crash landed on Earth a long time ago and has been living here ever since, trying to figure things out. That's DinoNuggetsLover. The alien dinosaur. Now, here's the thing. I would love to go through and try and find a perfect fit, but I already know the answer. This is the action scientist. And the action scientist may not be a perfect fit for the personality that we just heard about, but you can actually just play as a dinosaur. And an extraterrestrial. So, if we want to make DinoNuggetsLover, we could just be an extraterrestrial dinosaur. I feel like that's the obvious play. So what kind of eyes does she have, would you say? Calculating, curious, observant, friendly, calm. I'd say calm. I don't know, maybe lacking some sleep. Also, this is not an official playbook. I just ripped the pages straight out of a preview of a supplement because you can't get the original Action Scientist community playbook anymore. I'm gonna say calm. Let's see, lab coat, tweed suit, plain suit, engineer's jumpsuit, casual clothes, messy clothes. I'd say casual. This is a casual outfit. So I can at least pick my rating, right? Sharp, I don't know if you noticed. Every single one of these, you have to have a +2 sharp. The action scientist is supposed to be very observant. I think I'm going to go with this one. Sharp +2 and weird +2. The reason being, literally a dinosaur girl, alien dinosaur girl, and a scientist. So that's about as weird as it gets. Area of study, physics and cosmology. You can tell when something's altering the basic realities around you. Biology and chemistry. There was one that was like a good space. She traveled here from space. She's good at space. You have +1 ongoing with rocketry or astronaut stuff. You have access to a space launch facility, including use of spacecraft. Maybe in all that time she's been working on repairing her rocket just in case she ever has to leave. I don't know. You get all the basic moves +2 action scientist moves. Pick 2 of these. Let's see, you've got test hypothesis. When you test a potential explanation based on data, roll +sharp. Sabotage. When you quickly break a complicated gadget, roll +sharp. Oblivious to danger. As well as generally not looking out for danger, you are immune to all fear-based moves and powers. You never need to act under pressure to resist fear from any source. That could be good. Let's see. Doors of perception. When you use psychological, pharmacological, or meditation techniques to open your mind to transcendental knowledge, basically take drugs to open your mind, roll +weird. Effects available. Communicate with something that you normally couldn't. See what is normally invisible. Ask one question from the investigate a mystery list. Or get +cool, sharp, or weird for the next hour. That's a really good one. I don't know if it fits the character as we know her. What about fieldwork? When you put yourself in danger to test a hypothesis, get +1 forward. When you confirm your hypothesis as true or false, mark experience. Okay, I like that. I think it fits in with the oblivious to danger. This is a character who is more concerned with conducting their tests and whatnot than they are with, the physical reality of the world around them and how dangerous it is. But hey, the cool thing is we get science weapons. And we get to pick 2. So we can have a lightning gun, 3 harm, portable particle accelerator, laser cannon, net launcher, scalpel, force knife, tranquilizer rifle, stun ray, autonomous drone, or atomic pistol. What kind of cool gun do we think an alien dinosaur girl would have? I feel like we should pick one of the really strong ones and one of the we've got some stun weapons in here. I think I like the idea of having the net launcher. That seems like a useful thing for a young dinosaur girl who's out living on her own in the wilderness in the middle of nowhere. Atomic pistol might be good. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's a radioactive pistol, so that's cool, right? It's also small, unlike the net launcher. So we have one big gun that does no damage but trips people up, and we have one little gun that does big damage and gives people cancer. Personal protective equipment. Biohazard suit, lab coat, engineering, space suit, science armor. There's no description for what science armor means. I feel like this is just like, do you know the video game Abiotic Factor? I feel like this is just some of the bullshit that you come up with to wear in that. It's even battery powered. She would have a spacesuit, right? She came here from space. She would have access to a spacesuit. So yeah, this is Dino, the action scientist. Oh yeah, I forgot. We gotta do the weird move. Okay, obviously it's weird science, right? Next we have, this is Relay Riley. VTuber avatar is Cassandra, a vampire tattoo artist who was abandoned by her sire, survived, and eventually got her own tattoo parlor. Got all the gossip. This is another one that'll be it would be a lot easier to make her if I was just allowed to just use the monstrous, but I have to find another, I've got to try to find an alternative playbook for her. Expert, maybe? The expert's Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I have dedicated my life to the study of the unnatural. I know their habits, their weaknesses. I may not be the youngest or strongest, but my knowledge makes me the biggest threat. That's a maybe, right? This is someone who's been around the block. Someone who has some experience with this kind of thing, right? The tattoo parlor might work as a haven, right? It'd be kind of weird for the expert to also be a vampire, but I think it works. Let's do it. Especially, okay, the reason I really like this, now that I'm thinking about it, is because we have a move here called Dark Past. If you look through your memories for something relevant to the case at hand, roll plus weird. On a 10 plus, ask the keeper 2 questions from the list below. On a 7 to 9, you ask 1. On a miss, you can ask a question anyway, but that will mean that you were personally complicit in creating the situation you are now dealing with. And I feel like, being a vampire is like, what was the wording she used? She was ditched by her sire. So like being the creation of a senior vampire, right? That's potentially a place where you could have done a lot of wrong. I feel like this is fitting. I like this. So we get 2 expert moves. Obviously one of them is Dark Past. We get 1 more. So we've got, I've read about this sort of thing. I don't think that's necessarily the fit here because this is not the book smart expert. This is the I've been here longer than you would expect expert. Often right. When a hunter comes to you for advice about a problem, give them your honest opinion and advice. If they take it, they get +1 ongoing, and you mark experience. Preparedness. When you need something unusual or rare, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, you have it right here, right now. On a 7 to 9, you have it, but not here. And on a miss, you know where it is, but it's somewhere real bad. I feel like this is the one to take, because she's a survivor, right? It wasn't as bad as it looked. Once per mystery, you may attempt to keep going despite your injuries. Roll plus cool. On a 10 plus, heal 2 harm and stabilize your wounds. On a 7 to 9, you may either stabilize or heal 1 harm, not both. On a miss, it is worse than it looked. I like this. This is an opportunity to be a little more tough to start with. I feel like this is a character who, if you were to play her, she would probably end up taking a lot of moves from the monstrous playbook, assuming you don't have a monstrous in your party, or from another playbook that, gives her the, vampire longevity and immortality. But this is the level 1 character, so we don't necessarily have to worry about that. Hopefully, the first case she's put on is not going to kill her. Now for that Haven. You can have a lore library, a mystical library, protection spells, armory, infirmary, workshop. You pick 3 of these, by the way. Oubliette, Panic Room, or Magic Laboratory. I like the idea of protection spells. This is a safe haven, right? No one who you don't want to come in can come in. Obviously, there's some leeway here because it's a tattoo parlor. Or maybe just the back room of a tattoo parlor, but armory. You have a stockpile of mystical and rare monster-killing weapons and items. Yeah, I think that would make sense. I feel like the infirmary is fitting. You can heal people and have the space for 1 or 2 to recuperate. You do have those chairs that lean back, and a lot of tools that a tattoo parlor might have would also potentially, obviously not like the actual tattooing devices, but you've got some stuff in there that could be used for some basic medical treatment. And again, some places for people to potentially lie down. So that's our haven. Those are our moves. Now we get 3 monster slaying weapons. Mallet and wooden stakes. I feel like she would carry an iron sword simply because it couldn't be used against her. We get 3 though. Shotgun. You gotta have that old deterrent right there. Flamethrower is funny. I think no. I don't think we're gonna give her a flamethrower. I actually, I think it would make sense to have one weapon that is specifically for defending against other vampires. Maybe the Blessed Knife. I think pronouns she, her. Scarred face, stern. I think stern, probably, right? Old-fashioned clothes, casual clothes, utility clothes, tailored clothes, outdoor clothes. That's kind of a casual outfit, I think. Now, ratings. Sharp, obviously the good skill, that's what we need. Weird is one that I think makes sense for the character to have. But is it good at the expense of also... Because we took an ability that requires cool, right? I feel like this is the way to go. We have cool +1, weird +1. Yeah, I like this. This is good. And that's everything. That's Cassandra the Experts. Let's go ahead and save you out. Boom. All right. Oh, I forgot. We didn't pick an alternative weird move for Cassandra. Actually, it might make sense for her to have no limits. I like this one a lot. When you need to push your physical body past its limits, roll plus weird. On a 10 or more, your body obeys your will to the limits of physical possibility. So, like, you are able to just do something physically impossible for a human being, right? But for a somewhat supernatural being, lifting an SUV, jumping over a truck, punching through a brick wall, running faster than humanly possible, all of those things you can do with a no limits roll. This is a fun one. I've seen someone use this. Like, with the specific moves they use, they kind of ended up being like a slapstick comedy character, which was also cool, but they could run fast. They could swim fast. They were fast and they were strong because they were a crocodile, man. Literally, that was his power. He was a were-crocodile. Again, listen to Shrimp and Crits. So who's next? It's Finn. We've got this guy who's either turning into a fish or a fish who's turning into a guy. It could be either way. Who could say for sure? Certainly not him. He also has a parasitic fish, like brain-eating parasite pet. So that's fun. Not a lot to go on lore-wise, but he kind of, got some abilities. Probably can breathe underwater. Again, has a pet fish that eats brains. That could come in handy, probably, right? I was joking with him before doing this stream that I was gonna make him the mundane, and I might, but we can probably find something better. The mundane is literally just supposed to be an ordinary guy. He is part fish, so leader doesn't sound very good. Sidekick. Let's see what sidekick offers. I want to find something that would allow me to, utilize the pet brain-eating parasite. I don't think I'm going to, is the thing. Oh, I know what would be funny to make Finn as. The meddling kid is a Scooby-Doo character. I feel like this might actually work for Finn. Yes. Because Best Bud, you have an animal ally to help you solve mysteries. They can talk, but with a heavy accent most people don't understand. Again, based off Scooby-Doo. You can also literally play Scooby-Doo. It is an option to play as a dog in this. Where is it? Yeah, kid, dog, cat, blank. Oh, wait. They updated this to include cats? Is that because of us? I got a message Avalon about this after stream. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make Finn the meddling kid. You get all the basic moves, plus 3 meddling kid moves. I want Power Snack. I don't know what Finn likes to eat, but Best Bud. Got that brain-eating parasite as a pet. You also have the ability to make a trap. When you make a trap to capture a monster or minion, roll plus sharp. On a 7 to 9 or higher, you capture something. On a 10 plus, not only do you capture it, but you can choose 1 extra. It will take some time for the victim to get free. The trap inflicts harm and may include effects from Wallop if you have that move. The trap may be reset and reused later. I love that one. That's like if you want to just play as Fred, that's your ability right there. Mr. Traps. Tell me the truth. When you are questioning somebody to investigate a mystery, you may add these questions to the list that you may choose to ask. Who has something to gain? What are you plotting? Are you lying to me? Or who knows about blank? I don't know about that. Run away. When you decide to get out of a bad situation, you can get away just fine. Unfortunately, you will end up somewhere just as bad, but important to the current mystery. That would be fun. A pleasant and friendly manner. When you politely manipulate somebody politely. Your impeccable manners always count as a reason for the person to do what you say. Yeah, Finn's got that customer service training. I think that fits. So Finn's got a power snack. What is that snack, you ask? I'm glad you asked. I don't actually know what Finn likes to eat, so I'm just gonna say fish sticks, because it's a fish. It's fitting. Now for gear, you get 3 mystery-solving gadgets: magnifying glass, microscope, van, library card, chemistry kit, walkie-talkies, fingerprint kit, camera, bag of snacks, toolbox, tape recorder, or a disguise kit. Magnifying glass makes sense. Camera, because why not? And if we got a bag of snacks on hand... Actually, I'm going to undo camera. We don't have a camera. We have a bag of snacks, though. I really did not color it well in that box. But I think a disguise kit might also be fitting. Make it look a little more like an ordinary boy. Now, on to getting started. To make your meddling kid, first pick a name. Then follow the instructions in this playbook to decide your look, rating, moves, and gear. Finally, introduce yourself and pick history. Pronouns, he, him. Part fish, part boy. Kinda messy hair, I guess. Short hair. Definitely short hair, though. Preppy wear, designer wear, stoner wear, nerdy wear, collar and name tag. I love that one. Because, like, you're going along and it's like, oh yeah, clothing, color and name tag. And if you forget that you can play as an animal, that kind of gets into some risky territory. Let's see, I think that's just like, basic t-shirt and jeans. Alright, ratings. Let's see, what are our ratings? We've got charm +2, cool 0, sharp +2, tough -1, and weird -1. So, no matter what, we're charming. Can also be weird. I don't think he should be good at weird. Let's see, what's the lowest tough I can give him? -1? Yeah, we'll do that one. So we can either have... This is the way to go, I think. Charm +2, cool 0, sharp 1, tough -1, weird 1. I'll let him have 1 point of weird so that I can give him the -1 tough. That's Finn Ocellaris, the meddling kid. I think this has to be a trust your gut. When you consult your instincts about what to do next, roll +weird. There we go. We're halfway there. Belle Adonna. Hi, Future O'Mamer here. Since recording this stream, this VTuber has rebranded. She now goes by Aylnya. I'll make sure the links are correct in the description. Anyway, carry on. She teaches phys ed and healing at a magical school. Also likes beating the hell out of things and being a hot nuisance. Yeah, accurate description. If you want to follow her on Bluesky, you should know that she posts a lot of NSFW content. Whether that's a warning or a promise, I'll leave that up to your interpretation. So, a phys ed healing teacher at a magic school who likes beating the crap out of people. Like, I was talking to her about this before the stream. I think there's only one answer, and it's the mad scientist. Why, yes, I do consider myself to be an expert on the subject of monsters, having created a few of my own. Oh no, don't worry. I gave up such things, and have dedicated my life to eradicating monsters. Yes, eradicating them. Most certainly. Here's the thing that I think makes this fun. You have the option to have a laboratory, which I think could easily be the nurse's office at your magic school, right? You have a lab that is quite adequate for working in private. Pick 3 options for it. We have surgical room, examination room. Obviously, we need, it's a nurse's office. Examination room. Personal minions, maybe? I've been following her a while. Her lore has kind of changed a bit over time. But she does, I think, have some minions or team members or something. But yeah, the reason that I think this is good is because it has the surgical and examination room. So yeah, we're gonna go with this one. So we're gonna go woman, normal clothes, lab coat, tweed jacket, shabby clothes, high class suit, streetwear, hazmat suit. Really none of the above. Industrial rubber gloves, spooky eyes, prosthetic robotic limbs, super-sized tool belt. Again, not really fitting. I think we're gonna have to write out a description based on this image. Yeah, we got a woman with horns, kind of dark glasses, striking eyes, not really a shirt, more a chest binding, and this kind of camo jacket, I guess. Horned woman with pink hair, chest binding, open camo jacket, and short shorts. That's a good description of her. Ratings. Pick 1 line, then mark each rating on the right. Okay? Maybe this one. Charm +1, cool +1, sharp +1, tough 0, weird +2. I think we'll go with this one. Area of study. Necromantic animation, hypnokinetic, friends physics, philosophical, biogenetic engineering. She's a health teacher, right? And a phys ed teacher. That's her area of study. So we're going to give her biogenetic engineering as a focus feature, and then we get 3 mad scientist moves, so we need the laboratory. So we get 3 options from the list, and we know we want surgical room, examination room. Let's see, a lot of unorthodox and illegal equipment might be good. Ritual workshop, it is a magic school. Smart house, controlled by a sentient AI, I don't think so. Holding cell, she might have a holding cell. I'm being honest with you. She might have one of these. So yeah, those are our 3. Those are our options. And let's see. Creature psychology. You have a special understanding of minions and how they think. You can attempt to use the manipulate someone move on minions regardless of whether they would normally respond to or even understand human speech. Okay, I think this is fitting for her. She may not use this for investigation purposes, but I think she would like it. Let's see. Trust me, I'm a doctor. She is the nurse, the health teacher and the nurse, and the phys ed teacher. You can use your knowledge of medicine and anatomy to heal people. When you do first aid, roll plus weird. Yeah, that's fitting. I like that. Now, you have a dark and villainous past that comes back to haunt you. Whenever you spend a point of luck or the keeper brings them into a mystery, someone or something comes out of the woodwork and you have to deal with it. When this happens, pick from the list below. When you have dealt with it completely, mark experience. Now, we don't have to choose this right now, I don't think. Pick one weird science weapon and one backup weapon. Atomic chainsaw is really powerful. Like, just ridiculously powerful. But I think Power Claw might be the way to go. It seems more like the kind of thing she would have. Actually, the goo gun might be the kind of thing she would have. Honestly, I could see her having a few of these. Let's say goo gun. And then let's give her the bone saw. It's too bad she doesn't have the option for a blunt instrument. I think she would love having a baseball bat. And that's the end for Belle Adonna. Well, not the end. Like, this is the beginning of her monster hunting adventures. And obviously, again, weird science. Boom. Who's next? Vulpes. He said that he's a gay nerd, grew up with a lot of bullying, confrontation, learned to fight back, and refused to be quiet about it anymore. Kind of got a punk aesthetic, amateur writer, worked a myriad of jobs, including security. Now, we kind of looked at someone else for the hard case earlier. I've been thinking I might make this guy into the hard case. You had a long, harsh schooling to get as hard as you are. What was it? Like I said, he worked security, so he's going to be a bodyguard. Actually, wait. If it was that kind of security, it was probably more like enforcer, doing security for a corporation. As a punk character, he might also fit into resistance, now that I'm thinking about it. You have contacts among sympathetic activists. If you need help and it fits the cause, call on them. Roll plus charm. On a 10 plus, they will help. On a 7 to 9, they'll help you, but then you have to help them. That might be fitting. You got your resistance group that you can fall back on. You've got a cause, which I think will just be, like, gay rights. The hard case gets the hard case move, the furnace. You have a fire track with 10 boxes. Mark one fire every time you take harm, every time someone openly defies you, and every time a friend is hurt. If the track fills, you don't gain more. You may spend one fire to add +1 harm whenever you inflict harm, or take +1 to a kick some ass roll, or protect someone roll. If you erase any harm marks, clear half your fire. Between mysteries, clear all fire. And then pick 2. Unstoppable. You may spend 3 fire to avoid or heal 2 harm. This also stabilizes you if needed. When used to heal yourself, you do not erase half your remaining fire. Aesthetic. 1 fire to ignore all pain and discomfort in your current situation, even beyond normal human tolerance. Always angry, start the mysteries with 2 fire marks, finish him when you have fire remaining and strike a foe for 3 harm or more, tell the keeper how much fire you have and ask if that's enough. If the foe has that much or less harm left, the keeper will tell you. You may spend all your fire immediately to make a follow-up attack, defeating your foe. Inspired guesswork. When you investigate a mystery, you may spend 1 fire to add 1 extra hold. The extra question must be about powers, motivations, or weaknesses. Stone cold Steve Austin. You never really get ruffled by danger. Gain +1 ongoing when you act under pressure due to pain or fear. Nearby allies also gain this bonus against pain or fear as long as you keep it together. Weapons Master. When you take possession of a new weapon, you may add, remove, or change 1 tag. The change only applies for you. When you get this move, you can apply it to all current weapons. I like Unstoppable and Finish Him. You get 1 hard case weapon, 1 vehicle, 1 other, plus whatever you got from your hard knocks. Do we get anything? We didn't get anything specific from hard knocks because we have basically a network of allies we can call on, right? So we get 1 hard case weapon, ancient sword, automatic shotgun, battered assault rifle, chainsaw, crowbar, hand cannon, or huge knife. Hand cannon, like a really big pistol, might be fun. Just give the little fox a gun. Pick 1 or 2 normal weapons. So we got a gun already. We can give him just like a normally big knife. Seems like the kind of guy who'd have a truck. And then we can pick 1 other item. Concealed armor, have 1 armor hidden. Heavy armor, 2 armor heavy. Fire water, once per mystery, drink to gain 1 fire. Bag of cash, untraceable. Ghost detector, unreliable. Old monster hunting journals. a spell formula written on a napkin. I feel like it's gonna be concealed armor for him. You know, that resistance background, right? Let's see. Horrific scarring, huge scars, burn scars, talon scars, bite scars. Let's give him bite scars, why not? If we gotta give him scars, he's gonna have bite scars. So this is a character who's gonna have a high tough rating. I think this is the way to go. Charm 0, cool +2, sharp -1, tough +2, weird -1. Actually, wait, do we have... Yeah, this is one that requires charm, so maybe we want the charm +1. Let's say charm +1, cool +1, sharp 0, tough +2, and weird -1. So it has a disadvantage to anything that would be weird. But that's fine. I think that, yeah, that's the end of it. So let's choose an alternate weird move. I think no limits makes sense. No limits is the one where it's like you can do something beyond human limitation. And who's next? Faint Swift 0. The Cat Fox SCP that lives in the back room, has magical crystal spears, giant sword that she took from a fallen angel, has full control over crystals, immune to physical damage. I've already kind of thought this one through out loud with her. And the answer that I came up with is the Divine Playbook. And the reason for that is she has a divine tool, right? She has a giant sword that she stole from an angel that she killed. Can teleport, which is important because there's a move in here that lets you teleport. And also has some pretty good magic skills. So I think for her, we're actually just going to leave her with the use magic skill. Get all the basic moves plus 3 divine moves. We're going with Angel Wings because that's the teleport move. You can go instantly to anywhere you visited before or to a person you know well. When you carry 1 or 2 people with you, roll plus weird. On a 10+, you all go where you wanted. On a 7 to 9, you don't quite manage it. Either you all separated or you all appear in the wrong place. And then on a miss, something really bad happens. That one's always fun because the hard move is like, it could be anything. When I need it, you may store any small object you own, putting in a magical space nobody can get to. The reason that she can teleport is because she can go to the back room, so this one might be fitting for that as well. And then Smite. Your body and divine weapon always count as a weakness against monsters you fight. Your unarmed attacks are 2 harm, intimate, hand, messy. So she can just fight with her bare hands and it counts as a weakness against the monster. So Divine Weapon, we have 2 options. The big sword that she took from the Fallen Angel is what I think we're going to go with, because that's just a flaming sword, 3 harm, hand, fire, holy. You also get Divine Armor, 1 armor, holy. It has a look suited to your divine origin. I think it's just going to be this outfit here, right? And then we have a mission. You have been put on Earth for a purpose. Pick one. You are here to fight the schemes of an adversary. The end of days approaches. Your role is to guide the hunters and prevent it. Or the end of days approaches. Your goal is to hide the hunters and ensure it comes to pass. You've been exiled, or one of the other hunters has a crucial role to play in events to come. Now, let's just give her an adversary. Why not? I feel like that's fitting that, like, you know, she did kill an angel. So, like, it's fair to say that someone might be after her for that. I think Faint Swift is she, her. Oh, she, they. Blazing eyes, terrifying eyes, blasted eyes, sparkling eyes. They're kind of sparkly. Got that standard VTuber sparkle, you know? Dirty clothes, perfect suit, rumpled suit, casual clothes, practical clothes. I don't know what you would call this outfit. Like, I don't know, royalty loungewear? I'm just gonna say leisure clothes, because I can't think of the word. So, ratings, pick one line. I want one that's like tough 2, weird 1. So we got 2 options. We can have charm -1. I guess charm is gonna be -1 either way. Cool 0, sharp 1, tough 2, weird 1. Charm -1, cool 1, sharp 0, tough 2, weird 1. No matter what, we're not charming. But we can either have good cool or good sharp. That's really the thing that we're deciding between. What do you mean she's not charming? Of course she is. I'm gonna say cool. This is a character who has slain an angel. I think it's more important that she be able to act under pressure. But I think that's the end for this character. So not a standard use of the Divine Playbook. Usually you are the divine and not the one who killed the divine and stole their sword. But, you know, it's fine. And again, I think I'm just gonna leave her with use magic, because I feel like that's fitting with her, like, control of crystals and stuff. So, we've got only a couple left. We're now on to Belle Rose. I've been thinking about it. I've been going through all the ones that we've seen. I think I have to use the monstrous. I don't see a way around it, which feels like a cop-out, but also I don't know how else to do a plant creature. So the monster is fun to play, because you're half human, half monster. Decide if you were always this way, or if you were originally human and transformed somehow. I'm guessing Belle was always part plant. Now decide if you were always fighting to be good, or if you were evil and changed sides. Define your monstrous breed by picking a curse, moves, and natural attacks. Create the monster you want to be. Whatever you choose defines your breed in the game. We gotta pick a curse. You like pure drive? One emotion rules you. Pick from hunger, hate, anger, fear, jealousy, greed, joy, pride, envy, lust, or cruelty. Whenever you have a chance to indulge that emotion, you must do so immediately or act under pressure to resist. What's the emotion you have in mind then? Hunger? Okay. So, always driven by hunger. I guess you can't just photosynthesize. So, natural attack. Pick a base and add an extra to it or 2 bases. So, we've got teeth, claws, magical force, life drain. Those are the bases. And I'm guessing since you're a carnivorous plant, you want life drain as your base. Life drain means you steal 1 health back from your opponent. So that means, okay, when you roll kick some ass, no matter what, you and your opponent do damage to each other. So what life drain means is that you steal 1 point of health back from them. So they do 1 point of damage less to you. Life drain and teeth. Okay, so moves. You get all the basic moves plus 2. So you've got Immortal. You do not age or sicken, and whenever you suffer harm, you suffer 1 less harm. Unnatural Appeal. Roll plus weird instead of plus charm when you manipulate someone. Unholy Strength. Roll plus weird instead of plus tough when you kick ass. Incorporeal. You may move freely through solid objects, but not people. Preternatural Speed. You go much faster than normal people. When you chase, flee, or run, take plus 1 ongoing. Claws of the Beast. All your natural attacks get plus 1 harm. That one's a really good one. I know you have 2 different natural attacks. You've got either the life drain attack or the teeth attack, which means that this could do up to 4 damage just like by default. Mental Dominion. When you exert your will over someone, roll plus charm. You may spend your hold to give them an order. Regular people will follow your order, whatever it is. Hunters can choose whether or not they do. If they do, they mark experience. So that's really good, because you can give someone 3 orders on a really good roll, or just 1 order on a 7 to 9. Unquenchable Vitality. Whenever you have taken harm, you can heal yourself, roll plus cool. On a 10 plus, heal 2 harm and stabilize your injuries. On a 7 to 9, heal 1 harm and stabilize your injuries. On a miss, your injuries worsen. Okay, I've seen this one has been played in a couple Monster of the Week games that I've seen. The person who has it usually just ends up being part of a slapstick comedy routine. Because, like, the fact that they can just heal most damage from most moves means that the Game Master can just hit them harder and it's fine. So you like slapstick, and you also wanted unnatural appeal. I'll follow your guidance since you're here. If you want, you can take a weapon. Either a .38 revolver, 9mm, magnum, shotgun, big knife, brass knuckles, sword, or huge sword. I think you're strong enough with your teeth that do 3 harm intimate and the life drain ability. So pronouns, they. Alright, almost human, half human, monstrous. So we're just going to say part plant, sinister aura, powerful aura, dark aura, unnerving aura, evil aura, bestial aura. What's the vibes of this guy? Weird aura? Okay, I can just write in weird aura. Archaic clothes, casual clothes, ragged clothes, tailor clothes, stylish clothes, street clothes. I think again, plant clothes. And then for ratings, charm -1. Okay, so we did take unnatural appeal, so you can roll weird instead of charm when you manipulate someone. So we don't need to worry about having a high charm score. Since you took unquenchable vitality, it would be better to have a high cool score. So I think what we should do is charm -2, cool +2, sharp 0, tough 0, weird +3. That gives you a really good starting cool skill. Sharp and tough are just basic. Now, if you were to actually play this character, I would recommend the first chance you get, take the unholy strength improvement, roll plus weird instead of plus tough when you kick some ass, because that will let you roll with your +3 weird, just like you would for your charm. Yeah, this is a pretty good, well-rounded character, though. You got your weird covering some of your bases, you got the ability to heal yourself, you bite. So yeah, pretty good character. And I think that's the end of it. Yep, that's the end of it. So, let's look at the alternate weird moves and see if we can find one that fits you a bit better. Illuminated, you have become enlightened and sometimes receive information telepathically from secret masters. You didn't take the Dark Master thing, so I don't know if that makes sense. Most of the weird moves seem to revolve around doing smart things. Yeah, weird science is no different. Now, honestly, I could make an argument for this one. You are a plant. I would assume you have the ability to, like, manipulate your, like, vines and flowers and stuff, right? I want to argue that you could, like, use your own body to make constructs, which would be maybe not the intended use of weird science, but it would fit within the descriptions. Yeah, it's either that or we just give you the basic use magic. But like you said, you're not really actually a magical creature. So we've actually got one more to go. Meghan Murphy Pop. There's no lore or anything attached to this character. She just got like a little slime guy she uses when she does art streams. She is on a Monster of the Week podcast called $2 Creature Feature, and she is played as a flake, and she is played as a monstrous. See, the cool thing, though, is that we can kind of just make up whatever we want, because she doesn't have lore. Though she does have different outfits. Maybe we can get some inspiration from that. So we got this, like, spooky, kind of ritual-looking version of the character, little witch version of the character, and I guess a Christmas version. Oh, I know what we can do. I've had someone play a constructed like this before. So the constructed is a literal construct, like a golem. I've had someone play a constructed and they were like a living body of clay, like just unmolded clay that they could manipulate into any shape they wanted. So I think we could do the same thing with the constructed, but it's a slime. You get all the basic moves and 3 constructed moves. You get these 2. Inhuman. You have a hard time understanding human behavior, mannerisms, and emotions. When making a move relying on social intelligence, take -1. If people don't get you either, other hunters suffer a -1 if they try to manipulate you. So that's the trade-off. Like, you are not as good at relying on social intelligence, so you have an extra -1 to probably any manipulate someone roll, unless you were just, like, threatening them. But hunters also suffer a -1 to try and manipulate you. You do get 10 harm boxes instead of 7 and do not become unstable due to damage. So that's cool. And you recharge. You may repair yourself by immersing yourself into a source of your animating force, but it's dangerous. Like that guy, I think everyone just called the character Clay Dad. So Clay Dad was literally just a construct of clay, right? And so if he found more clay, he could heal himself. Everyone loved Clay Dad. Clay Dad was awesome. That was one of the best games I ever participated in, and it was a one-shot. But I mean, hey, if you all can agree with that, right, though? If you had a character who everyone just called Clay Dad... Anyway, yeah. Let's see. So does she have detachable parts, mystic focus, your body acts as a magical focus, and can count as a requirement for use magic or big magic. Hide in plain sight. If you hold still, you appear to be a statue. Nobody will pay any special attention to you. I like Mystic Focus. I think it means that we have to leave her with use magic, but that's fine. Actually, no, we don't, because it can work for big magic, and anyone who doesn't have the use magic move can still perform big magic. If they want to use magic, then it functions like big magic. Let's see, large weapons, pick one. Sledgehammer, big sword, big handgun, poleaxe. Sledgehammer? We're giving her a sledgehammer. Because it's funny. And then your body, pick 2. I think let's give her the 1 armor. You've already got a sledgehammer. Why do you need another weapon? You have 1 armor. Perfect. It is weird that you only get 1 move. I think that's a change. Because I remember at the time, I think they had the Mystic Focus and Hide in Plain Sight. And of course, they never succeeded on... Clay Dad never once succeeded on Hide in Plain Sight. Man-shaped, woman-shaped, monstrous-shaped, neuter-shaped, or blank-shaped. I think I'm just going to say neuter-shaped. That's a weird phrasing. Why can't we just say neutral-shaped? Clay body, wood body, stone body, metal body, plastic body, robot body, slime body. Trench coat, hat and toga, servant's livery, lab coat, hooded cloak, work clothes, casual wear, fine clothes, naked, is mostly naked. Does have hats. You know, I'm just going to say it. Hats. And ratings. Let's go ahead and choose our stats. So we did choose the Mystic Focus thing, so I think we should be good at weird. So what are our options for that? We've either got a weird +2 or a weird +1. Let's see. Charm 0, cool +1, sharp -1, tough +2, weird +1. I kind of want to do this one. Boom. Construct. Oh, we're not done yet. There is a force that gives you life, which cannot harm you. You do not eat, breathe, drink, or heal naturally. Instead, you repair yourself with your recharge move. Pick an energy type. Alchemy. Makes sense. We're sludge. Boom. Purpose. You were created to serve a function. Pick one. All your attacks do 1 harm. You get +1 when you protect someone. You give +2 bonus when helping out. I kind of like the idea of do +1 when you protect someone. This is better for our current build. Why are you no longer serving that function? Your history options overlap with these, so check those to help you decide. Creator died. Creator set you free. Creator discarded you as a failure. Buried for many years. Who found you? Killed your creator. Oh, there you go. Just play as Shale from Dragon Age Origins. Let's say creator set you free, and then someone else can deal with the why. That's all the playbooks. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. This was a lot of fun.